Okay, we should be streaming. Again, I'm new to all this still. Could not be going well. Could be going very well. I won't really know the difference, but if you're already on, that's awesome. I'm glad you've joined me. Streaming live on YouTube. This is not something I've done a whole lot before. The Twitter/Periscope thing. Been all about that for a while. Hello, Jessica. All right, we've got one, so we know it's working. Jessica, can you give me a report? Does it look and sound okay? Everything working as it should. Let's start there. M Hackle. Hello there. It's funny, my analytics still say 0 are watching this stream, yet a couple people are commenting. Emily Duncan, I appreciate that. All right. Let me get a tweet out here to announce that we are live and see if we can bring some of our friends from Twitter over. So as you can see on the screen, a couple different topics of discussion tonight. We can talk YouTube. In fact, I need to pick your guys' brain a little bit more on YouTube. What you're watching, what works for you, what doesn't work. If you want to talk A's, Sharks, you know what? If you want to talk Warriors, I'm down for that too. I'll leave the sports conversation wide open. And then last but not least here, you see my phone number on the screen. Well, that's not my iPhone. But that goes straight to my Google Voice line where you can either leave a voice message, I'll play it, or you can shoot me a text and I'll read that. In case you don't want to type it in the messages. That kind of defeats the purpose, right? Like, why am I offering the text line when you can comment right in the chat room there? All right, let me type up a little something here on Twitter. What should I say? We're live on... All right, live on YouTube right now. And I will send that. All right, so we've tweeted it out. I've multitasked. Let me come back to my YouTube page here and just see what's going on. Jessica says, can we talk about how some people from the media don't like the way the Caps are celebrating their cup win? Wow. Shocker. That's, you know what? And by the way, this is going to be a good show because I've got the Croix here with me. LaCroix. Alexander Ovechkin has a lot of steam to blow off, doesn't he? He was the number 2 to Sidney Crosby for all those years and all the questions and all the doubt and all the... Yeah, and I mean, let's be honest. Ovechkin is driving the celebration train. I'm not sure that anybody else on that team would be doing what they're doing, the way they're doing it with him, without him. Does that make sense? So it's not a surprise that he is leading the charge. I needed that. I was really thirsty. But I mean, can you blame the guy? And also, tell me this. What specifically has he done that completely crossed a line for you? I know he was in the fountain. I posted that on Instagram. I know he also looked completely wasted when he was doing the keg stand out of the top of the cup. I get it. I know what you're all saying. But what has he done that's been obnoxious? Took a picture in bed with the Stanley Cup? All right. I think others have done that before, too. He's not the first to do that. So, it's a great... You know what? It's a great topic of conversation, it really is. I think it might just be overblown. Now, the one thing I would say is Ovi sharing that thing. That's the only... Here's the only criticism you'll hear from me about this. Are you sharing? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing with your teammates? Are they getting a chance for this too? Or are you just like inseparable from the cup? At some point, other teammates are going to get the chance to have their day with it. He'll have his one day with it. That's my only reservation. Other than that, I'm fine with him doing whatever he wants to do with it. As long as, like I said, as long as it doesn't cross unwritten lines. What are those lines? I don't know. But to me, I haven't seen anything yet that's obnoxious or overly obnoxious. They could act like they've been there before. M. Hackle says they could act like they've been there before, but they haven't. Well, I mean, I think a couple guys have, right, on the team. They've won cups before, so, you know, Ovi hasn't. Yeah, and this is all he knows. And I imagine that he has promised himself. Yeah, definitely it's gonna need to be sanitized when they're done with it. When he's done with it, I should say. He probably has made a long commitment to himself that if and when he gets the cup, he was just going to be outrageous with it for as long as he wanted. And I can't blame him for that. Again, you haven't lived in Ovechkin's shoes and skates for the past 10-plus years. Criticisms, things said, attention diverted the other way. Sid, and I hate to make it all about that. Sidney Crosby's a great player. He might still be the best player in the NHL. Maybe. I don't know. His team wasn't the best. Wasn't the best in the East, obviously. So, yeah, I get where it's coming from. But that's a great topic. Wow, went a couple minutes on that. I didn't even expect to. What else? Let's talk A's. Couple games over 500. I'm not sure, 60-something games into the year that I would have expected that. I wanted to expect that, but knowing all the injuries they've been through, I think a couple games over 500 is a nice statement. I really do. I think it's something they can even build and push on. Amelia Boatwright, going to the parade. I will not be going to the parade tomorrow. I have not been to any one of the Warriors parades. Should I say? I'll say yet, because there's going to be a lot more. But you know what? It's the way they handle it at work is obviously we have A's tomorrow night, and that's my assignment. I'm on that. Also, I cover the Sharks in the wintertime. They don't like to cross-pollinate a whole lot. Understandable. I do Sharks in the winter, not Warriors. So why put the Sharks guy on the Warriors parade all of a sudden? It would be a little bit out of the blue. Jessica says, nice video on the Bay Bridge Trophy. You know what? I'm glad you like it. I have a couple more, actually. Those were from our introductory press conference about the trophy, which, by the way, is still coming along nicely. I can't wait to see it in person. Haven't seen it yet in person. But I really do. And all the pictures I've been sent, it does look quite phenomenal. It really does. A's and Giants play 6 times, right before and right after the All-Star break. So one of the videos explains the rules, which I'll summarize here. Obviously, if a team wins 4 games, they have won the season series, they win the Bridge Trophy. Which, if you're totally lost on this, the Bridge Trophy is made of actual old Eastern span metal. Steel, I should say. So we fashioned a trophy out of the old bridge. Best of 6. I know that's an even number. If it's tied, or if it's 3-2, I should say, and the series ends in a tie, whoever wins Game 6 in an even amount of games takes the trophy this year. So we'll see if my guys can get it. Obviously, I do A's pre and post. I would love to see Dave Cavill, Bob Melvin, maybe Matt Chapman, Olsen, I don't know, Mania, whoever, Jonathan Lucroy. I'd love to see some of those guys, Semyon, hoisting the Bridge Trophy. I really, really would. And yeah, this was, Steve. Oh, Steve. No, I get it. Hey, you're a Giants fan. This is a thing that was, about this time last year, a pipe dream. Somebody suggested it to me on Twitter. A couple people actually did. Hey, make a trophy out of the old Eastern span. Okay. Where the heck are we going to get that metal from? That steel from? I kind of like this song. What is this? Hang on. It's like a video game meets EDM. Yeah. I'm going to add this to my playlist. Whoa, that's mean. Yeah, I like that. Hey, what do you guys think of? Is the video quality okay? if you've seen one of these before, is it better? I have made some wholesale adjustments. Does it sound okay still? That's important to me. I just want to make sure that, you know, the product is as good as can be. I realize it won't be perfect. Video quality is great. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. I'll consider you an expert. Thank you, M. Hackle. I appreciate that too. Sound is still A1. Crystal clear. We may need to get the playlist. Thank you, Puck Guy. So, yeah, I use, for YouTube videos, I just started using a service called Epidemic Sound. Through all the places that I've ever worked over the years in TV production, we always have like a sound library where you just pick, I don't want to say generic, but non-popular music to use in the composed editing pieces that we do. Woo. I like this. Anyway, so I stumbled across this one, Epidemic Sound, which is one that a lot of YouTubers use. And it's royalty. It's not royalty free. I pay for the service that makes it royalty free, so that I can, all the rights are taken care of, so I can actually use this. But this is called Now by AGST. That was the jam right there. What else? So yeah, the A's are doing well. Warriors, are they a dynasty? You tell me. Are the Warriors a dynasty? They won 3 in 4 years. They were 1 game away from winning all 4 years straight. If you argue that they're not a dynasty, like, I need a really good reason why. You know? Need a really good reason why. I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Yes, they're a dynasty. Yes. I agree. I think there are a couple requirements to be a dynasty. Number 1, you have to have at least 3 titles. Let's start with that. Now, 3 titles in 4 years, 3 titles in 5 years. What if it's 3 titles in 6 years? Okay, let's get to step number 2. I think as well, you have to win at least back-to-back titles. Like, that's the bare minimum. I would also say what helps your cause, if it were 3 in 5 years. Okay, let's be honest, like the Giants. You'd have to remain competitive every one of those years, even the years you didn't win it all. I'm not hating on the Giants here. I'm not hating. But what they went through in 2010, 12, and 14, you know, the in-between years, there were a few times there that they were way off. And my point is, like, a dynasty doesn't go way off and then come back on again. And the Warriors didn't do that at all. The year they lost, again, 1 win away. Kind of like this song, too. You know what it's good to see? It's good to see Puck Guy and AJ both here. Do you guys collaborate? Because you both came on at the same time. Are you at each other's house right now? Or each other's house? No, that would... Are you at the same house right now? Possibly. Same place? Are you the same person? In the last 4 NBA Finals, Puck Guy 14 says, the Warriors are 15-7. That's ownage. You know what? I'm glad the Warriors won. I really am. The kid in me is stoked. Still can't believe that this Warriors team is starting to become equals to what the Bulls were when I was younger. But the NBA Finals were not interesting. Game 1 was interesting. The fallout from Game 1 was interesting. After that, I don't know. I'm not sure the rest of the country got their money's worth. AJ, you are Puck Guy's burner account. Steve says he remembers when he worked in Oakland in the 90s. He always got free tickets because nobody wanted to go see them. Cliff Robinson, favorite all-time Warrior. And I could go back to the Alton Lister, Judd Bushler, Rod Higgins days. I mean, everybody has a starting point. And that's the thing about the parade tomorrow. You're going to see a lot of people there who just hopped on this thing. Now, I mean, hopped on it 4 years ago, 5 years ago maybe, when they saw the inevitable that this team was going to reach the place that they've now reached 3 times in 4 years. I do have a video, by the way, if you want to test yourself, see if you are an OG Warriors fan. There's nothing wrong. Look, there's nothing wrong with you. That's the point of winning. That's the point of spreading your team is to win, and you have more fans, and you reach more people, and you are loved by more people. That's the thing. But also, I understand if you're a longtime fan and you're looking around tomorrow at the parade, like, you guys weren't there when I was there. I also understand that too. I mean, I kind of fall in that same boat. So I will give you credit. You know what? I won't take away credit if you've just gotten into basketball or you just got into the Warriors. You better stick with them. You better be there 20 years from now. You better be there 5, 15, 30 years from now. You better be there the rest of the way. Don't just come in now and then bounce. When Curry, Clay, KD, Draymond, Iguodala, when they're all washed up or gone, and look, time is going to take its effect. It will, but you better be a Warrior fan, you know, at that point and beyond. Emily, you totally failed the OG fan test. That's all right. You're not a fan of basketball. Hey, this is that test. If you're curious, it's on my channel here. I forget the title of it, but you can easily find it. It's recent. It's 14 questions. You just need to get 10 right. M. Hackle, I used to bandwagon the Warriors. Then it got boring for me. What? I mean, and that's kind of what I'm saying about the finals. They're exhilarating for a Warriors fan. Like, I mean, how not easy. How magnificent is it that they swept their way through that series? And by the way, I had a feeling as soon as the Cavs lost Game 1 and gave Game 1 away like they did, that was going to be as close as they got in the series. And sure enough, it turns out it was. But again, I know the NBA Finals were not the storybook that maybe the league wanted to gain viewership. Stretch it out a little bit and make it compelling. I mean, you can only watch LeBron go for 51 and whatever else he went for in all those games and not win so many times. Steve says, hockey made every other sport boring except surfing. Surfing's more exciting than hockey? I mean, if you're the surfer, maybe. The NBA is a predictable league, I think. I'll say this about the NBA. The best team... Another jam here. Hang on. So, by the way, I don't have all the... I'm just looking at the graphics here. The new graphics, by the way. I don't have everything built out yet, but I am working on that. Everything on the channel is going to match, which I'm pretty excited about. But yeah, sorry, just checking it out there. Sorry, I was distracted. Yes, Steve, if you're the surfer, then it's the exciting part. So, the NBA being predictable. In the NBA, the best team wins at the end of the season. Best team across the regular season usually pulls out, or is at least in the finals. In hockey, it's the hottest team. In baseball, I think there's a relative hottest team aspect. Or a team, let me say this, a team that doesn't slump. A good team will be there. A team that falls into a slump, whether offensively or their starters just can't do it, that's an issue, clearly. And I think in the NFL, that's a hard one. Such a small sample size to begin with. I think there's a certain amount of luck in the NFL, and also you get into late season weather. Is it a running game? Is it a snow game you're playing in? In the NFC or AFC championship game. AJ says, well, first off, Amelia says, curling is pretty exciting, but don't underestimate the Broomers. I agree. I've curled. It is fun. You got to have a drink while you do it, though, right? Puck Guy, yes, I did say graphics. You can be the ultimate judge. It's a work in progress. AJ says, tough to watch the NBA. So much flopping and traveling that goes uncalled. I'll also say so much carrying the basketball, too. Just a lot of it. Superstar calls. You're right. That happens a lot in basketball. Superstar calls, I would say, happens in baseball, right? Balls and strikes. Some guys get different strike zones than others. Pitchers and batters. Jessica says, but wasn't Vegas the hottest team? And look what happened. Vegas lost their hottest team streak at some point during the Cap Series. Hadn't lost 4 all season long, and that's how their season ends. Great analysis. Thanks, M. Hackle. NHL is better than NFL, which is better than baseball, which is better than MLS, which is better than NBA. So, Adrian, you're saying the MLS... Here's another jam. Wow. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That was dope. This one's called Crystallize by AGST. I love that little toot, 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 toot. That right there, little chirp. Oh, I feel like I'm playing the NES. All right, so going back to Adrian's comment, you're saying the MLS is better than the NBA. I love soccer. I don't watch enough. I don't get to watch enough. I don't get to enjoy it enough. I don't know. The NBA has a pretty big global brand. Soccer has a bigger global brand, but not the MLS. I'm not arguing. I'm just breaking this down mentally. Baseball's better than both soccer and basketball. NFL's better than baseball. Ooh. The NHL's the best. Okay. Just trying to put some perspective into this. We all know the popularity hierarchy. We all know, as they say, football is king. I should do a video on that. There's a lot of reasons why that is the way it is, but also not true the way it is. And I also think football is dramatically changing, specifically regarding the head injuries and the amount of kids playing and parents scared for their kids. I'm curious to see where football is in 10 years. College football better than the NFL? I mean, some people say that about college basketball, too. Steve, you gave up the NFL. I think a lot of people are doing that right now. Any update on Paul Martin? I know there was talk of the Sharks buying out his contract. No update for me. To be honest, I've been so consumed in A's and other projects. Building this YouTube studio. If you're just seeing this joint for the first time, what do you think? It too is a work in progress. Like I said, I did some upgrades already to the video quality. Hopefully, let me see how many frames a second we're getting out of this bad boy here. 27 frames a second. Wow. And the CPU is only crushing it 18%. I like that. Let's see how hot the computer is. Well, it's not that hot. Oh. Where is the studio located at? In Max's bedroom? No. It's not. So actually, I had to relocate the studio. Relocate my broadcast stuff into a new space. Because my office at home is right next to my son's bedroom. You like how I just let the drop slide in there? Whoa! Adrian, do you think we can get John Tavares? Stand by 1 second. So anyway, I moved all this stuff out here to the new studio. little background, some lighting, some acoustical treatment. And let me do my PBS pledge drive here. If you're not subscribed to this channel right now, please do. Please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Big things coming on YouTube. I just want to see what it's all about. Everybody else is doing it. All right. Do I think the Sharks can get John Tavares? It's almost like, right before I went live here on YouTube, it's almost like I taped a little commentary video on that. I did. When will I publish it? Tomorrow, probably. Yeah. If I have a chance here tonight, I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna chop it up, and hopefully have it published by tomorrow. I hope you enjoy. So, I will not say the answer there. I have a percentage and everything all lined up of what I think the Sharks' chances are of landing Tavares, all in the video. Some other great thoughts, too. I really put some time into the thoughts here. This is not a tough shed, but it's not far away from that. The garage, the problem with the garage is acoustically not friendly. Like in here, right? It sounds like this sounds decent, right? Well, to make this sound, you have to have a good mic, a good board, a good processor. You also can't have a room that's all echoey. So I had to fix up this room. Oh, Jessica, we cannot go to midnight because I need to get on editing this Tavares video. Plus, I think I started, I've been on for 26 minutes. So I started a handful of minutes after 11. I'm not going a full hour. Is it air conditioned? Great question, Christine. It's not air conditioned. So if you see me sweating it up a little bit, that's what's going on. Let's see if anybody, wow, 1 like to my tweet for live on YouTube right now. The Twitter / YouTube crossover is not easy. Oh, you can hear me talking in the background. I'm gonna have to shut that down. I just wanted to chat. I clicked the link to make sure it was working. Music is great. Yeah, is the music too distracting? I don't know. I just gives me something to vibe with. Any thoughts on the meeting with Ilya Kovalchuk? Sharks apparently had one. He goes way back with Pete DeBoer. I think Pete's going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think Pete's going to tell Doug, hey, he's my guy. If you can get my guy, get my guy. I think Doug has a lot of things going on right now. Couple JTs. You catch my drift there? Couple JTs. Joe Thornton. John Tavares. So, you're really enjoying the music and free chat format. This music is way better. Oh, you like this track? You're nervous Kovalchuk is looking for a Marlowe deal. Hey, and that's the thing, right? Like, how do you build this team? And that's partly in the video that I made, which I don't want to get too far away from this, or I don't want to go too deep into this. It's not just, can the Sharks do Tavares and Thornton? Can they make those, can they be creative there? You also have Logan coming up with a deal. Pavelski needs a new deal after this year. At some point in the live stream, you got to blast your Taylor Swift. If the live stream isn't published, I don't think it can get copyright strikes. Well, the thing is, though, I like to... Should I not publish it afterwards? I think you're right, Amelia. I was going to leave it up published, though. I guess that's the debate. Should we go unpublished and just drop T-Swizzle? But what am I going to do, though? I'm just going to... You know what's going to happen. I'm just going to sing it's going to be karaoke. Karaoke tube. Ooh, this one sounds pretty serious. Rise of the Titan. Okay, let's play this game or not. Does this song have a drop? Like an EDM drop? What do you think? I think there's a drop. I feel it coming already. I think there's a drop. Here we go. Was that it? I don't even think that was it. That was a pre-drop. Okay, Christine says yes. Christine thinks there's a drop. Oh, it's totally coming. It's here. Oh, right here. Oh. How did I know that? Like 5 seconds into the song, that 54 seconds in we'd be hearing the drop. Not every song evolves into this. Thankfully for some of you, I know. If you do karaoke rather than air guitar, will you use an air steering wheel? Could do that. Maybe I should do a separate live stream after this that I don't publish. And just do all Taylor Swift. Kidnapping this music. Epidemic Sound. This one's called Rise of the Titan by Formantix. Form, Formantx. There you go. This is pretty dope though, right? I gotta admit, it's cold outside, but for whatever reason, inside the studio, I don't think it's the lights. We're all LEDs in here. It's hot. It's hot in here. This might be an issue in like August. Hey, how about that? A couple new subscribers? Adrian, you subscribed. Appreciate that. I mean, if I did a live stream that was unpublished, I'd probably drop in like Michael Jackson, Taylor Swift. What else? A lot of EDM. Get a fan. I know, right? I have one. I should. Well, the problem though, Jessica, is with a fan. Like, I worked so hard to make this room not noisy. And when I say noisy, I mean like acoustically perfect. You get a fan in there and all you hear is that. So, ooh, this one's chill. Now, does this one have a drop? I think this one's gonna have like a wah wah wah, wah wah wah, something like that. I bet you. It's gonna have like a big organ thing. I don't even know. I need one of those Dyson fans. I've seen those. Those are beautiful. Like the fan without fan blades. See, Emily was already on that. The fan makes noise. You can tell I'm obsessive about my sound quality here. I'm going to cut it off in a couple minutes here so that I can work on the Tavares video. This is the last jam. Last song. Does it do it? Dot, dot, dot. Oh! 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 I'm so right. I mean, is it either this song is that predictable, or I know my music. Woo! This is also dope though. This is gonna be a good one to end it. We got 1:45 seconds left. Yes, you can text me on that number or call. It goes right to voicemail. You can anytime. I leave that number up there, so you can just hit me up. Music is just that predictable right now. Yeah, but this is like stock music. I mean, I even knew how it was going to go wah, 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 or whatever, you know? Yvette, thank you for joining us. Thanks for the comment. A lot of laughing, smiling there. Yeah, I got to get out of this steam room. It's getting hot in here. I guess it's like well insulated. That's good. It's just hot right now. Definitely getting. I gotta do something. Something about that. All right. One last push. Again. Oh. That's dope. Keep coming back to the YouTube channel as often as you can. I'm working on it. I really am. I just want to put cool stuff up here. Stuff that you can share. Stuff that you can. If you're bored, you can kind of go down the rabbit hole with it. You know what I mean? One interesting thing hopefully leads you to another interesting thing. Something you've never seen. The hard part about TV is we do so much TV, And I know the average person doesn't get to see most of it. We try and make so many good segments. And, you know, it's just, it doesn't live forever. On YouTube, it can live forever. And that's awesome. Oh, that's the end of the song. All right, I'll re-cue it. Yes, I mean the MattChapmanFanClub.com, which conveniently redirects you to my YouTube channel. All right, that's it for me. I do appreciate it. Have a great rest of your Monday night in the final 10 minutes left. Look for that Tavares video. Hopefully coming tomorrow morning. If I can chop it up inside right now, in time, it'll be ready for tomorrow. You need to put some audio-only stuff on iTunes or SoundCloud to listen on the drive. I know. I got to get the podcast going. And that is, AJ, the other beautiful thing about this studio is that now that I'm... There it is. Now that I'm set again, studio-wise, home studio-wise, I can get the podcast going up again. I just wanted to get YouTube going first. So, all right. Thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate it. All the thumbs up you can give, I'd appreciate it. The subscribing, I appreciate it. Tell a friend. And I will see you